Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? So, today I've got something really interesting for you guys to check out. And you might have seen my first video on the Truffle AI. This is the new and improved Truffle AI. It is much better now, more consistent, but still a little bit flawed. But let's get into it, shall we? Let's go! Okay, so, can't do it while she's dancing. Now! Okay, here we go. Truffle AI. So you might have remembered that this one is the sanity, efficiency, max sanity thing. This is poop poop. Never use this. This is our typical truffle build for when I'm bossing or for when I'm using her for the theater. And this is basically what we were using before. And it's pretty good at buffing, but there is one thing that some people have noticed, and that's skill duration. I had a viewer on one of my lives and he suggested to remove the skill duration because it might be like the AI is thinking, oh, I have a little bit of skill duration, maybe I don't need to buff as much. This little bit of 12% skill duration actually affected the AI quite a lot. And like that viewer said, it caused the AI to not throw out its skills more often. So if you remove this and replace it with something else, see, it's not here anymore on my Wedge 3 set, it will perform better. It is true, a little bit, but what to replace it with? So if you're thinking, okay, I replaced it with that, maybe I'll try out something that gives me a little bit more of skill efficiency or max sanity, and it will maybe perform better and cost less and start buffing more. No, that's not the case. If you put Serenity stuff, like let's say this one, because you don't want to put Eternity because Eternity has skill duration. So this one works, it lessens the cost, and you don't really need the shields. But again, I tested it and it wasn't performing so well. For some reason, it just didn't perform that well compared to other wedges that I replaced it with. So I tried this, it wasn't good. I tried this, it wasn't good either. Of course, not this one. This one's bad. This one, max sanity, less shields, didn't work. This one, HP, max sanity, also for some reason did not work, even though there is a HP gain and a max sanity gain. What I did stumble upon, I also tried this one. I also tried more skill damage because theoretically more skill damage equals the AI thinking, I am more damage. I can throw my skills. That's how I would have thought about it. I tried it, but she was not buffing as consistently as my current layout right here. So of course, this is the slot that we're talking about replacing. I have tested this one, I've tested this one, I've tested this one. I've tested a lot of possible wedges to put, but the best one is really, for some reason, Phoenix's Blaze. I do not know why, but it is the one that was most consistent at buffing. The intervals were shorter and very consistent. And if you see in the demo, which is in a little bit, you will see it all in action. So that's it for me. I'm gonna leave you guys to the demo guy. Peace out, boys. Good luck. Truffle AI task number 49. Alright, as you can see, guys, she is buffing consistently still at wave 1. This will change as the waves continue, but with the changes that we have made, the intervals of the buffing is a lot better than it used to be. And you will see that shortly once we get into the later waves. But I want to show you guys everything, how it is from the start till where we're about to finish. So stay tuned. Sit back, relax, look at the buffs, and count along with me because this is gonna be a math counting session. Wave 2 and Wave 3, we don't need to worry about the buff because her intervals in the buffing is absolutely perfect from Wave 1 to 3. 4 is still actually pretty good. We'll find out shortly because we're about to get into 4. Slight delay. You might have noticed that this is where it starts to delay a little bit. It's no longer like a instantaneous constant buff. For a split second, it's a very short split second. It's like 0.5 a second. And she already starts to not buff immediately. Wave 5. Still very consistent though. Have to say, it's pretty damn good. Wave 5, there is already a 1 second delay. Or still maybe 0.5. We'll see now. The buff. And there's the buff. So the buff time is increasing as it goes along. It is not sanity related, guys. I have tested it myself. I tried to play as the AI. I need to say I was the one hitting the orb, or I was the one hitting stuff and buffing, and by the time I need to buff again, Serenity would have filled me up already. Plus, I have the sword, so there's no way. Wave 6, the buff time is more delayed, but still acceptable. I think it's still good. One, two. Uh-oh. Orb disappeared, but she buffed anyway. So about 2 seconds buff interval at wave 7. A huge improvement to what it used to be in my last video regarding the Truffle AI. Now it's wave 7. Let's count and see how many seconds, or it's going to be wave 8. How many seconds it's going to take for her to buff after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ball disappeared. Around 4 seconds because she buffed and hit another target. Now we'll be able to test it better because there's a ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like she'll buff immediately after I click start. Yeah, about 4.5 seconds is the time. Oh, it's not there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still around that same time. Maybe 5 already because of the cutscene animation of the ult. Now I'll be able to test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's the buff. You can see there is a gradual increase of the time it takes for her to buff every 2 waves. It's almost like an increase of 1 second every 2 waves. Let's wait for her to buff. There it is. Wait for it to expire. This is wave 11, guys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 5 seconds at wave 11. This is wave 12, which is the after 10. That's two more stages, right? So 12. Wait for the buff to disappear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 6.5. Very close to 7. It's every 2 waves wherein there is a big change to the Truffle AI buff duration. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going, little girl? Hit the buff, please. There it is. Now I'll be able to count better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. About 8, she buffed. Okay, so 8 seconds, she now buffs at wave 14. It's a consistent, gradual degrading. Well, yeah, basically AI, because the buff interval takes longer and longer the time between it. Now, people are saying it's sanity related. It's really not sanity related. But we're at wave 15 and she is still buffing pretty good every 8 seconds. That's not bad, guys. That's really not that bad. Especially with Fina now to cover the second half of the downtime. So you're gonna have burst periods of damage. I wish it was just consistently high, but at least now we have burst windows of damage. Okay, so at wave 10 though, she did buff there. But the AI starts to like not behave. Look at the difference with the AI's behavior at wave 16. This is a consistent pattern with Truffle AI. She is no longer targeting the ball. Notice she doesn't target the ball right away. Now she's targeting. But she will wander a lot more often at this level. So one last, I normally cut my expedition at around 17, 18. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So at wave 17, it's around 11 seconds, which is around a very consistent number. I've tested this, I've ran this commission so many times because of the secret letters. It is her pattern. She increases every 2 waves, 1 second. It's not terrible, but it's not bad. Yeah, that's the same thing. It's not terrible, it's not bad. It's not too bad, but it can be better. So yeah. Every 2 seconds after a specific wave. I think it starts at like wave... At wave 4, you can already see a slight delay in things. Alright, at this point, my sanity cannot sustain. The thing with the Truffle AI, guys, if you're thinking it's sanity related, the cost of the pig, and she doesn't cast any other skill, it's just the pig, is only like 16, depending on the build that you're running. But at most 20. That's nothing. By the time the buff runs out, you regen 14 at the purple Serenity. At gold Serenity, you get 18. 16 by the end of it. And you have Remnanters, and and she's constantly attacking. I have maximum crit on that weapon, so she is critting a lot. She should be topped off, no problem. So that's my Truffle AI test 2.0. Hopefully, we find more things that will improve upon her AI and make things a lot easier for us in the future. But like I said, at least now we have Fina to cover the base damage buffing, and then Truffle can become our burst damage buffer in a time interval. So whenever you see the Truffle buff, just go crazy, go ham, or most likely you're probably going crazy the whole time anyway. So yeah, let me just finish off this wave, and I can say my bye-byes to you guys. This wave actually takes a little too long with Sybil. The good cutoff point for Sybil is around 17. There's another buff. Gotta love it. Gotta love the buff.